Good morning, Rishi sir.
Hi, good morning, 𝐾𝐬𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐧𝐝. How are you doing today?
All good, all good. How are you doing?
Absolutely fine.
Morning, Rishi sir. Good morning,
Morning,
𝐾𝐬𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐧𝐝.
G. Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
So just 1 minute and then we will start the session. Just another 1 moment.
Sure.
All right. So let's begin the show. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, honorable speaker and fellow finance. I'm sorry. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, honorable speaker and fellow financial enthusiast. Welcome to a webinar that promises to be a game changer in your financial journey. Today, we are embarking on the journey towards a more secure and prosperous future. As we delve into the complexity of financial planning, a subject that impacts each one of us, regardless of age, income, or background. Today, we are going to embark on a journey that will not only simplify the world of finance, but will also reveal how anyone, regardless of their background or prior experience, can excel in the field of financial planning. Whether you are a recent graduate, a career changer, or simply someone eager to enhance your financial literacy, this webinar will help you equip you with the knowledge and skill to navigate the complexity of personal finance and for those interested to make a fulfilling career as a financial planner. Our speaker of the day, Mr. Rishi Narang, who have a wealth of experience in the financial industry, will guide you through a basic of financial planning, offering insight into the budgeting, saving, investing, and other personal financial goals. We will also talk about the qualification required to thrive in the role of a financial planner and the pathways available for those looking to make a mark in this dynamic and rewarding profession. Please join us to welcome Mr. Rishi Narang. He is a Master of Management Studies, specialization in finance from Mumbai University. He holds more than 15 years of experience in investment research and advisory. Rishi has experience working for leading asset management companies, hedge funds, and wealth management companies. So just without further ado, let's begin this journey towards financial empowerment and rewarding career in financial planning. Thank you so much, Rishi sir. Over to you.
Thank you,
Friends,
𝐾𝐬𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐧𝐝.
friends, just a ground rule. We have kept everyone on mute just to ensure that when Rishi sir speak, we all can hear him without any disturbance. But it doesn't deter you asking your question. You can always ask your query or questions in the chat box. At the end of the session, we will have a Q&A session where you can ask your question directly and talk to Rishi sir. Sorry, Rishi sir, please go ahead.
Thank you, 𝐾𝐬𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐧𝐝, for the lovely introduction. I think that was more than what I deserve, but still, I think thank you for that. As we all are students of finance, and the journey is pretty long from here. So, firstly, I want to thank each one of you who's here on this lovely Saturday morning. Some of you are into finance, some of you want to get into finance. So it's actually a webinar basically especially for all of you. I can promise you one thing today, that for people who are non-sensitized towards financial planning, we will certainly discuss certain aspects that you can start using it from today itself. So it might guide you very well in terms of where do you stand personally in terms of your personal finance situation. And also maybe many of you would even start your journey towards wealth creation. So that's with this aim and eagerness, I begin the session today. Just let me share my slides. Just 1 second. Can everyone see my screen? Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you so much. So just one thing, despite the Q&A will happen later on, but I would like this session to be interactive. And so what I really want is you guys can put your comments and whatever thoughts you have in the chat box, and I can take it from there. So सबसे first, I want to actually touch upon one thing, which is let's begin with 1 or 2 slides and then we'll go to the actual topic. Friends, a fact that I'm going to share with you today is financial inclusion in India is still a dream. We are not yet there. It's a journey, and it's actually a very, very big market for all of us. If you look at it, this side of the thing, I'm showing you I'm just taking one data point, which is the mutual fund industry. When you see from 2012, when it was around 6 lakh crore, 2023, we are right now at 48 lakh crores. That's because of the mutual funds from SEBI. More people getting aware of mutual funds can be utilized from both the T30 and the B30 cities, and also other cities as well. Then it's also about people getting more cash flows in their hand, they're getting richer. So they also try to understand that, yes, it's time to invest, and why not use mutual funds? Well, the story doesn't end here. The growth story is in fact intact and maybe much, much better in future. We are expecting by 2030, this mutual fund industry is going to be almost double the size, which is 90 lakh crores. So where does all this investment come from? It's going to be me, you, and everyone all across in the country. But do you know one simple fact? So this is a question I want to know. What's the idea of you? How many individual investors are there in the mutual fund industry right now? Any guesses, anyone, please? You can put your answers in chat boxes. Let us just guess it out. One crore, 2 crore? Yeah. Uma says 30 lakhs. Okay. Nathuram says 1 crore, 50,000. Sir, 2 less, 50,000, only 50,000 investors. 2 crores. Right? Why not 10? Why not 20 crores? Why doesn't anyone think of that? Why not 20 crore people in India investing in mutual funds? Can't it really happen? Is it too much to ask for? Guesses can be there, Deepak ji. It's okay. Okay, so I'll show you the figure. I think some of you were very right, which is Usha and Realme. Friends, of 140 crore population, working age population, which is above the working age, 94 crores. And how many unique mutual fund account holders we have is 3.5 crores. So you think about the point that really there is huge scope. There is definitely an under-penetration in the markets. I think after COVID, the sensitization has been better because people have understood, yes, we should invest. We never know what next is going to come in front of us. Plus, as the country, the people become more richer, they understand the concepts. There is financial awareness that is brought in. We are also a part of this thing, hand-holding the FPSP that, yes, we will continue with our financial awareness missions. So it's only 3.5 crores. And second point that I want to mention before we go to the actual thing is, friends, it is my experience. It is the experience over the globe. And we have anecdotal evidence on this point that, yes, which is the best asset class when it comes to anyone achieving positive inflation adjusted returns. It's equities. Hands down, it is equities. But the point is, friends, we have to give it time. You have to give it time. We have to settle down. We can't say, I have invested today, give me returns in 2 years. That will not happen. You can be lucky if you've entered it at a down cycle and then quickly the markets went up, like during the COVID times when markets corrected rampantly, right? But that's not usually. Why not look at consistent basis? So if any one of you who wants to enter this, who wants to get financially disciplined, So one thing is we have to be consistent, and equities has to be part of the portfolio. If someone comes and tells me today that, I will be dependent on fixed income, so you can be. But when you compare the inflation in India is around 6%. How much can you make? 1%? Maybe if you invested in fixed deposit at 7%, right? And what about the tax that you have to pay on the income in terms of the interest? So that if you're in 30% tax bracket, 2% goes there, which is around 5%. Your money is not making any money on it. Your money is getting weaker. So point is, we have to pump in the fuel, which is either the vitamins or protein in our money, which is going to only be driven by if we have to make investments in equities. So this is one very, very clear fact. Anybody who here thinks that I can make, at least in the current scenarios in India, for the next couple of decades, that yes, I can make positive inflation adjusted returns sans without using equities, it's just a dream, sir. Either you have to bring more money to me or to any of the advisors, because your returns are going to be lower. Otherwise, either the dreams of you cannot meet the goals, they will always be dream, or you are in a different world altogether. So we need to get exposures to equity. So with this basis, friends, let's understand how can one become financially responsible. So when we talk about financial planning for all, so it starts from here. There are certain aspects or qualities that we all have to get into us to really be on this journey. And this journey, trust me, if we are really, really on it, we are disciplined, we will reach our targets. I can guarantee this on this. It's based on our years of experience handling clients, me personally. So this is there. So let's understand. I am sure all of you would be very eager to know what do we have here. And it's all based on our experience, live experience with clients over our journeys. The first point, friends, is assess your current financial situation. What is your net worth right now? Is it more? Do you have equity more? Is it your own capital which is invested everywhere? Or is it more of debt? Are you really debt funded? Your cars, let's say you and your wife, if you are married, both of you have cars, both of you have car loans. You have a personal loan which is running. You have a house loan which is running. So are you debt funded? Everything that is very good in your house, is it debt funded or is it equity? I don't say that we should not take debt, but there has to be a limit to that. A net worth analysis, which is trying to do, we have to compute our assets and then reduce the liabilities and debts, and we'll find out really, are we in the money or not? And then cash flow. How much as a family do we earn? What me and my spouse really earns? Do we have, what kind of money we are getting? Are we able to manage it judiciously? Are we able to really look that it works for our financial goals, whatever dreams we have for life? Everybody has it, sir. It's a very dynamic world these days. We are connected, so we see what our friend is doing in Paris. So we also get eager on that. So that's one of the things. The second point, friends, that I want to share up with you is living within your means. It is, friends, it's, when we actually look at the psychology of money, we look at people who are spenders. They don't live within their means. So what the point is, see, either I can consume it today or I can consume it at a later stage of life. Why not do it then? Why do excess consumption right now? And I'm sure each one of you is aware that many of the things that we buy, which are not really critical right now. I'm okay with having maybe one car. Why take two? Why do I need different cars on different days of the week? Not really, right? So where does it start? It starts with, if we see that there's a lot of expenses that we are making, we're not really able to make savings. The first step to take is, please prepare a budget. Try to see how much money, so basically it is linked to the cash flow. So how much money we are getting and how are we really, what all expenditures do we have? We will be focusing on the needs. Wants come secondary. If my needs are fulfilled properly, I will have to inspect the wants. You will have to do it. Inspect the wants, whether they are required right now, or I'll have to, invest money for my goals, right? The third thing is an emergency fund, a very critical fund which is required here, friends, because we never know. As people from finance, also before becoming a CFP, friends, I was not really into this. I was like, okay, I have some maybe a lakh of rupees in the savings account, but the question is that sufficient, right? So my question, friends, the next question to you is, how many months of emergency fund do you think we should ideally have? Yes, please. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. 12, 6, 6. Right. So it is usually 3 to 6, but I'm very, very happy to see many of the people who are here, Nitin, Brijesh, Milind, Kirti, Anil, they all think like me. I take it I am a little more defensive side in this thing. Let's take 3. Clients at times tell me, no, it's okay, 3 months. I think we are pretty good enough, and my wife is also working. So why? Let's have more funds at our disposal. But the idea would be, friends, is that this emergency fund has to be liquid. Keep whatever money is in your savings account, treat it as, so let's say I am requiring 6 lakh rupees. मैं आपको एक example देता हूँ. तो उसमें क्या है कि savings account में me and my wife have 2 lakh rupees, so then that is okay. That is part of it. So I just have to generate 4 lakh rupees as the emergency fund. And what I would suggest to you is, it's okay. You might not have 6 lakh rupees today. Start building it. Start building. Let's say for this month, you might start, let's say, building up, 15 days of kind of a reserve. So start building it. The idea is to have money available with us, liquid money, which is available. Of course, see, it can also be in money market, or maybe liquid funds maybe ja sakta hai. Or it can also be, these days we have very quickly, we can just buy just click it and you have your fixed deposits can be liquidated. Or maybe accounts where you have some of the cash which can be put up at a higher rate. So all that is good enough, but we need an emergency fund. That is a requirement, and please build one. Start building it. It's okay, it takes time, but let's start the journey. The next one, friends, point that I have is SMART goals. Now the point is, what is the meaning of SMART? SMART means S stands for specific, M measurable, A achievable, R realistic, and T time bound. See, if somebody comes to me today, says, I want to lead a very, very, very well-to-do life in my retirement. Sir, it's not a SMART goal for me. Let us define it. How much money do you require? What would be the inflation rate? Which investment vehicle you will use? Do you require funds exactly to what you're using today, or maybe less than that? So all this is required for me to really categorize, try to define a goal financially, mathematically. Each one of us has to actually find a number. It could be a wrong number, it's okay. But let's start now thinking of our goals in numbers. Number form is most important. Only then we know, fine. If I look at, let's say a goal is 20 lakh rupees, now I know, okay, fine. I have 10 years to run and to invest to see that I reach that 20 lakhs. So, but I need that number there. So SMART goals, friends, is extremely, extremely important. Disciplined investor, friends. That's consistency is required. Timing the market, my friends, is not a real great strategy. You might not be right every time. Timing the market is not right. We have to give time to the markets. In fact, if I tell you, I was in a session last week and a very, very senior personality from DSP Mutual Fund, she was there. And she said, I really do not look at markets daily. People talk to me about, I said, yeah, I have done my homework. I did my homework 10 years back that I want to do. This is the strategy I want to follow. It's all noise for me. I don't really look into it. And I think that's the way it is supposed to be. Because we have empirical evidence. I showed you in slide 2 that equities have performed. We can always make a balanced approach out of it. But yes, we need exposure to equities, and let's not be worried about it. It's the inherent nature of this asset classes like this. How can we control it? Nobody can control it. Markets are random walk, right? They have their own way of doing things, right? We can always try to get some idea of it, but not really drive it. And SIP is a great idea. I personally don't like things like, ELSs, which is like people take out the money in 3 years. Why is it so? You should give the time. Maybe a lock-in might really work. NPS is a great way of doing it because you have to really forcefully keep the money in tier 1 accounts till your retirement. So that is where the compounding impact will come, which is exponential growth, which is not linear. If I show you a graph, it is exponential. If you have to give time to the market, nothing happens less than 10 years. Manage debt wisely. See, friends, it always happens. We have credit cards, we have this and that. We have so many loans out there. The most expensive debt has to be paid first. Please do not keep any outstandings when it comes to credit cards. We end up paying 36 to 42% as interest rate on credit cards. Why pay so high? Please sort this out. Get cash, pay them. And please, and I think I would say is, if you have it, please use it wisely. Use the credit card and pay things on time. You will not be required to pay even a single rupee, but that management has to be there. Keep track of investments, friend. Why track of investments? I'm not asking you to do it on a daily basis, seeing where the markets are going, but that portfolio has to be looked at in let's say 6 months of time, 3 months, 6 months of time. Why? Because there is, let's say the markets have really moved up. Now, if you've decided that, based on your risk appetite, if you think that 60% equity is good enough for me, if it is, let's say, becoming 70%, so it's time that we should rebalance it. Otherwise, because we are getting our portfolios becoming more risky, which I really do not want that to be. So that portfolio rebalancing also is required. We have to keep track of it. Advisors do a fabulous job on this aspect, friends. Protect wealth by buying adequate health cover. See, friends, try to understand. Wealth generation is one aspect of things. Wealth protection is also another aspect of it. Why is and I have particularly mentioned about health cover because I've seen many cases whereby, people, most of us have covers from our offices, right? Corporate health covers we have, but we do not really know that, these covers might be inadequate. What if there is a very serious requirement? These days we all know health is one of the most costliest. I was speaking to someone and she said, it's actually 2-digit kind of an inflation in health expenditures. Think about it, 12-15% health expenditure. How can we manage? Nobody can manage it. We need sufficient health cover to probably tide towards this. Otherwise, a serious jerk in our corpus that we will be forced to liquidate it. So generating wealth is only going to happen with a disciplined approach, but we also need to be disciplined when it comes to protection. We have to be guarding it very heavily that nothing happens to what we've earned over so many months and years of time. So these are the financial strategies of points that I wanted to mention, which is our experience on how one should probably look at. Now let's, friends, let's look at first case study that I want to show you is how much to save for emergency funds. So I think we were discussing about this 6 months thing, and I think that was, many of you were very right, but others who were not, please, you guys can probably look at this particular slide of mine. See here, this is details of Mr. Kishore. See, we have expenses which are usual monthly expenses. We have food, grocery, we have rent payments. This gentleman is staying on rent. Then we have his utility, water, telecom. See, we have to pay for those things. If I lose my job tomorrow, but the water and the telecom has to continue, right? These are necessities. Debt, credit card payments have to be done. Of course, I can reduce it, but that has to be done. Otherwise, heavy interest rates. Personal loans. So loans have to be paid, right? Insurance, life and health, and personal expenses. If we have to travel, I have my own expenses. I might, like coffee. So all those expenses are also part of things. So what do? We just multiply it. And in this case, friends, if you notice, see, insurance, of course, insurance can be, taken on a monthly basis. But when we compare premiums, we see annual paying it once. This premium is, is quite a good, discounted number compared to if I have to do it monthly basis. What I do personally for all my clients is I say, I'll take the entire annual. मैं उसमें annual लेता हूँ, 6 months नहीं करता. I say, नहीं, let's have slightly more fun. That is okay. But see, if I have a Mr. Kishore, if I advise him having 5,50,000, right? This fund can also be utilized. Let's say something which is not incorporated here. I was meeting a client. He said, my car, I met with an accident and somehow, the insurance company is not paying me total. He had a very luxury car. He's saying, I'm paying 8 lakh rupees on additional things that I wanted it to sort it out because the insurance is not covering it up. So these kind of, those extraordinary expenses can certainly be covered by if we have some more amount of, leeway and flexibility available with the emergency fund. And that's what I try to do. I try to make it slightly more than what is required. So this is one of the things that you can look at. Let's see 2 more case studies. Children education fund, friends, a very common goal for every one of us. When we have our kids, let's say, I'm sure you guys are aware that, yes, we'll discuss it, Sarita ji, just hold on in some time. So when we actually, this is one of the most common. So when we have, let's say, when you have a kids that's like 5-6 years, so we start thinking about these days, career is a big thing. And we all, dream that our children should be well educated, well read, well settled with all the family values and all, right? So ab is dream ka kaise hota hai? Now let us see this particular question. So this is, I've taken a case study here, which is Sunita Kapoor wants to build an education corpus for her daughter. Daughter is 10 years, 8 years to her, and she wants her to pursue engineering at any one of the IITs. See, current tuition plus hostel fee at IIT Bombay, which I found out was 2.5 lakh rupees per annum. And it is a 4-year course. If the inflation in education, see, just try to see the inflation in education is 7% per annum. What amount she must invest annually starting today to have the corpus ready when a daughter turns 18. See, the daughter really, every parent would want that, you know, when the daughter is ready to, or maybe the children are ready to go for a higher education, they have the funds available. I have seen, recently I saw a case whereby the parents did not do these things properly. The girl in question, she wanted to pursue medical and she couldn't do it because of paucity of funds. So, and they could have done it because both of them were earning. It's only because, you know, some wrong requirements, you know, excess cash flows which are going out, they're spending too much right now, and that really did not help them. I mean, the father said, you know, I did not foresee my daughters getting older so early. I said, how can you not do that? It's like, this is one of the most important aspects. So that's one thing, and this is something, these are our future. So we cannot do anything except invest in our future. So I just want to know, 2.5 lakhs, right? 4-year course, so it is 10 lakh rupees. Do you think 10 lakh is sufficient in this case? Anyone? Yes, no, maybe? Is 10 lakh sufficient? No, we need more. So how much do we need? How much do we need? Inflation. Okay. Acha, does the inflation only is going to be 1 crore? So Chakram says Sunita Kapoor will require 1 crore. Okay, let us find it out. At least a 7% margin, 15, 20 lakh, 30 lakhs. Let's see the numbers. Let's see. Acha, isme friends, ek aur cheez idea lagana. It's not that only 7% inflation will continue till 8 years, right? It is going to be also for those 4 years when this is going to be in the college. And Sunita Kapoor wants the funds on the first day when the daughter enters IIT, right? So let's see. Can you all see my Excel? Everyone rest? Okay. Friends, just look at this. These are some of the calculations, basic calculations that I've done here. So see, corpus required is going to be 16 lakh rupees when at the inflation rate of 7%. So many of you mentioned, yes, 7% is good. But the point is, friends, this is right. So first thing is 16 lakhs is required. How did I get to this figure? First is 2.5 lakhs is the annual, right? 4 years, I will take inflation, right? So first year tuition fee is not 2.5 lakhs. It is almost 4.3 lakhs, right? So you can see double. So if as a parent, I would have, let's say, put in 10 lakh rupees or maybe 15 lakh also, still, I would have not been able to fund it properly because it would have been, this goal would have been underfunded. I have to look at from all these aspects. And then again, the 4 years, inflation will still continue. Things are going to be the same. Now, friends, where do I invest? This is the question. What do I advise Sunita ji to where to invest? See, I have to look at her risk profile. Let's say, and the other aspect to this is, please try understanding. This is a very important goal. Child education cannot be compromised on, right? No compromises at all, like a retirement goal. So here, my suggestion to her would be maybe a balanced or a balanced advantage fund, whereby let's take definitely exposure to equity because we have 8 years, good 8 years. And of course, some element of fixed income should also be there. So balance or a balanced advantage fund is good enough. Assuming I take a 12% average return, which is the normal case. So 16 lakh rupees is what I would require on day one when the daughter enters IIT gates. And annual investment starting today is going to be around 1.16 lakh rupees. Friends, these kind of basic calculations, every one of us can learn. And, you know, I can even send this sheet. That's not a problem with me, whoever requires it, because the idea is to see, Rachit ji, fee correction would happen. That is something that we will again do a reassessment. We will have to, but what we can do is in a normal fashion, what I would be doing is I did 2.5 lakh rupees here, sir. I could have done it as 2.8 lakh rupees. Let's put in some, as I said, right? Let's have more provisions with us, a little more money with us. Let's say, you know, if I've been able to generate 50,000 more money, why can't I give it to my daughter to say, fine, you've entered IIT, you've done something good. I'm giving this 50,000, enjoy your life. Let's take, okay, first year, enjoy 6 months. Take this 50,000. So, you know, she'll be very happy to see, yeah, my parents are also trying to fund my education plus give me more money with me, right? So the second vacation fund is a third goal, friends. Let us look at this. Mr. Rathore is 50-year-old, right? And this is vacation. And friends, these days the foreign vacation is a dream for all of us. It's every one of us. Even little kids would say, Daddy, when are we going to Paris? Daddy bolega, Paris pata hai kya hai, nahi pata. But still, that's the kind of a craze. So one of his dreams has been to take his family for a foreign vacation. As he's nearing retirement, Mr. Rathore wants to plan 2 trips to Europe. See, friends, 2 trips. So once he is aged at 55, right? He completes 55 years of age. He wants to go on that time. And then once he's 60 years age, the 60 years is completed, he'll go that time. So he wants to, okay, fine. We've not been abroad. Let's go 2 times in the next 10 years until I get retired. After that, don't come to me. I'll lead a very retired life, right? So then what happens? Current cost for a family of 4 is 5 lakh rupees, right? And the inflation, which I know is around 5%. How much? And the idea is, see, this is a vacation fund, right? So what I would suggest to the client is, see, it's okay if, even if I couldn't manage a vacation, so I can be slightly more aggressive on this. Why not? We can be a little more aggressive, because, okay, if I couldn't generate, because it's okay, I can live without it, or I can even, make my kids understand that, okay, do nahi ho paye, ek kar lete hain, right? So here I would advise, be aggressive. Why not? Let's go for a mid-cap fund. So assuming a mid-cap fund, which is going to give you roughly, I've taken, I think, around 15-16% return. What do you think? I want your inputs. The last inputs I want from you in case of vacation fund is, what do you think would be the monthly investment required in this case by Mr. Rathore? Any idea? Just kind of 5,000, 8,000, 10,000? Okay. One answer I've got 8,000. What about the others? Why can't we just do guesses? Sometimes our guesses get correct. You guys are very good. 15,000. Okay. So Realme says 15. Sorry, I don't know your name. Tia says 10,000. Good. Very good numbers. Right. Any others? Who says 50,000? Somebody saying 50,000. Not really. We don't require 50,000 here. 20,000. Sir, 20,000 में तो 3-4 कर लोगे. 12,000, 6-7, Deepak 7,500. People are giving I think Deepak ji and Rahul, very good numbers. 6,000, 7,000. You're being now right. You're like trying to putting exact numbers, not rough numbers. Okay. So let's see. What do we get here? Let's see. It's very interesting. Let's see. Friends, close to 8,000 rupees. Yes. Only 8,000 of investment is required, and 2 times family trip for a week, 5 to 7 days can be funded. Yes, it's a possibility. Why once? Why not twice? So it's only because of doing the right decisions, investing money, investing with the right asset classes, taking exposure to equities, and being disciplined. Yes, this investment is required. I would request, in this case, I would have told Mr. Rathore, saying, sir, 8,000 rupees you have to put in every month for the next 10 years. After 55, when you turn, you take out whatever money is required from that. That's still fine. This corpus is going to fund the next stage also of it. So that great kind of things can come up if we are slightly more aware. No, ma'am, I took it. Monali ji, I just took some figures, and that's why I'm just putting it. So that's the kind of a thing, that really can come up if we are financially aware, we are financially disciplined, and we can put some numbers. Let's get smart goals. Let's not only talk about vacations. We'll go for vacation. Why not? Let's talk about numbers. Okay. So friends, this is something that I've shared with you today, which is about the basics of, how we can be financially aware, what all things we can practice to really get on our journey. We've started very well. Let's get quicker. If you've not started, someone who's just joined, or maybe he's not really worked on it, let's get serious on it. Okay. So, and friends, I'll tell you this thing. How did I get all of this knowledge and all the things that I'm sharing with you today? That was only possible when I did my certified financial planner. I am an MMS finance with years of experience, but the CFP really brought in much more aspect, much more detail into the personal finance side of the things, right? So what I would now do is, friends, I will now, share details about the CFP program at International College of Financial Planning. Friends, Certified Financial Planner, this program is the world's topmost certification in personal finance. Is world's topmost certification in personal finance. It is recognized in 27 countries. And when I'm talking about countries, it is the developed world. Gold standard, personal finance, gold standard program. You have a designation of CFP. People know that you have the right skill sets to actually be a very well advisor on a lot of matters when it comes to personal finance. It's a unique 4-in-1 certification program. Why is it unique? It is unique because once you clear each level, you get individual certification. So let's say once someone of you is clearing level 1, you will get investment specialist certification. So the journey starts there, that the certifications get added in my resume, right? I can highlight it the day I get it. Ideal for students, professionals, IFA. It's a multifaceted kind of a course. It can be used by on many aspects by many kind of different people at different junctures of their life. And the idea is this curriculum is focused on personal finance and wealth also. So wealth management, friends, is becoming a major business these days. I think I just remembered that, many financial institutions are also, they're majorly expanding their bases in India in terms of wealth management, private banking, and all the sorts, because they know that, there's a sizable population now which is getting into this, which is getting wealthy, and they need these kind of services. They want that kind of luxuries of life, right? And when I say wealth focus also, you don't need to do a separate course on wealth management. This itself is going to take care of that. You will learn the skill sets of also handling high ticket size clients as well. But yes, of course, certain years of experience is required to get to really meet them and connect with them and then close that such kind of deals. Usually it's going to take around 8 to 10 months of time. Could be an year, but that's enough for study. I think that is well justified for a CFP program. As I said, it's a multifaceted program. It's feasible, and for a lot of opportunities for students. Why not join this program and get yourself excelled when it comes to personal finance? You will have a certification, a gold standard certification once you're out of. But of course, I would explain how the certification really comes in. So just hold on that. Working professionals, why not upskill yourself? You doing business in certain fashion. Maybe you might be excellent at that, but why not start a new story? Why not now talk to clients in terms of goal-based financial planning? Come with different multifaceted aspects of it. Upskilling yourself, right? Companies these days do prefer, and I think I'm sure the financial cycle is also getting more competitive, and people have to upskill themselves, right? This is a great course to do that. Financial practitioners, why not add more verticals to your business? Why only stick to one aspect of it? Why not talk about, let's say, estate planning, tax planning? Why not about retirement? I know many advisors who are only focused on retirement planning, but they can only be specialists once they do the CFP course to really know the nitty-gritties about it. Retired professionals, people, I know there are so many people I know who are who were in my batches as well, who are like, we're done with whatever we had to do, but now we want to enjoy life. But finance is a stream that we want to take up, and personal finance is something we'll get to connect to people. We'll try to solve their problems. Why not do this? It's a noble profession, and it also leads to money. So noble plus money. Teachers, upskilling, basically trying to, becoming personal finance coaches. We've seen finfluencers. We've seen how the financial awareness is being brought by different kind of people. So it's something that, and you can always join as a guest faculty. Personal finance aspects, multifaceted kind of approaches can take place. Program eligibility. See, friends, for CFP, you just require a 10+2, and 18 years of age is mandatory. Yes, no particular streams or ages. You can be commerce, science. It's all okay with them. And but yes, of course, as I was saying, when it comes to students, you can pursue it very well. But one is, once you get your graduation done, you will be requiring a 3-year work experience in BFSI to get the charter. But what I would say, an alternate way of doing it is also that you can be under a supervised articleship training under a CFP for an year. So if that is done, it suffices. You can certainly become a CFP with a charter. Let's go to the structure. Friends, I think I explained there are 4 levels to it. I'll explain there are 10 modules. So we'll discuss about the modules in detail as well. It also includes, the financial plan submission to the FPSP board. Very interesting aspect of the CFP program. Assessments. See, exams, as I said, happen it happens for every level. And in fact, friends, the level 1 to level 3 happen every month. So depending on our flexibility, our availability, we can certainly, plan it that way. So it's very flexible. Online, offline exams, yes, you can always go to this to the exam centers, or you can do it easily from your home or office. Both things are available. Right. So the next thing that I want to now, let's talk about the program curriculum. What do we have in store here? What does CFP really bring in? Level 1, friends, there are 3 modules to study. First is, friends, is the personal financial management. See, friends, you will be learning here about, how to make a budget, how to really create a surplus, manage your discretionary expenses, time value of money. So the things that I was talking to you right now in terms of the goals, you will learn in this case. Investment planning, asset management. See, understanding about what are the asset classes. So I discussed about equities and fixed income slightly with you, but more to that, real estate, gold, how does it really work out? And then what would be, what all are there in these different asset classes? So a host of information for different products that are available under them. Then how would you as an advisor advise? What is the strategy of advising people in terms of what asset classes should they resort to? So maybe it could be, it depends on the time to goal, then of course the age, risk appetite. So a lot of other factors are also there which has to be looked at it. Then, friends, when it comes to regulatory environment, the third module, and legal compliances. Friends, financial industry is a compliant industry. We have to be in compliance according to different, we have regulators, which is SEBI, RBI, and all that, right? PFRDA. So we have to be sure of that. So this model is going to give you the detailing and the information about it. Please be, it's a very, very good knowledge base that you can acquire. Comes to level 2, friends, which is known as retirement and tax planning specialist. So we have 2 modules here, retirement planning and tax planning. See, friends, the first one, when it comes to retirement planning, you will learn all the strategies of how do we design an accumulation stage for a client. Let's say someone who comes at 40. So he has 20 years in his hand. And maybe when we do the smart goaling concept and we try to find out how much money does it require, we'll always keep the flexibility there. But the idea would be to define a strategy. You will learn those strategies here. Then the point comes is distribution withdrawal phase. How a bucket strategy. Can we make 3 buckets out of it? Can we see that in our basis, the general thought process is that after a person retires, he has to keep everything, in fixed deposits or maybe small saving schemes. Not really. Certain portion can be exposed to equity. There's a strategy behind that, and that is really, really workable. It's proven. So that all will be shared to you. Tax planning. People who are non-tax backgrounds will get access to understanding about all the 5 the income heads, and then trying to find out how do we find. So capital gain is a very, very interesting, and clients really, really love if you are pro at understanding capital gain and taxation of that. Next comes, friends, is the risk and estate planning specialist. See, friends, when it comes to risk, we all understand, right? Insurance gap analysis will be taught to you. We've seen in case of COVID how things have really were bad for certain families who are not prepared. I even sensitized to you today about what is the great importance of health insurance when it comes to portfolio protections in terms of wealth protection, right? So that is extremely important. Complete knowledge about all the different products, what are the yields that you can get out of it, and what strategies can be made. That will be provided. Estate planning, friends. We all work so hard to really build up our asset base and houses and investments and money and all of that. So we all are doing that, right? In stressful environments, right? So the idea is, why not do our final job of seeing that these things are going to the next generations very peacefully in a very, very well-defined, well-planned method. So planning continues in investments, it continues in withdrawal stage, as well as it continues for when we are trying to shift it to the next generations. It has to be there, otherwise there are going to be disputes. Estate planning, in and out, very, very, very interesting concepts, and you will be given access to all of that. Then, friends, we come to the CFP final level, where we have financial planning process, detailed understanding of how the financial planning really happens. Then you have is how do you engage clients? See, we might be, some of us are from the sales background side, but not many of us do really understand. And in CFP, when you are here, engaging clients is not only from in terms of, you're a better talker or what. A psychology of clients is also you're made aware of. You're told how to do the discovery process, because there is something which the client might also not know. So he has to also discover, and you will be helping him to do that. Very, very interesting concepts from the world over. The best practice has been brought to India. Then, as I said, a financial plan has to be prepared and has to be submitted to the board. It's a 360-degree holistic plan with covering every aspect of the couple or the case study that has been provided to you. Everything has to be done and submitted to the board. And then we also have is the final exam, which is there, which is a 3-hour exam, happens alternate month. So this is the entire friends, is the I gave you an in-depth about the modules, but I will come back to it. This is basically for someone who's joining the regular program, right? So I'll come to another aspect of it, which is challenge pathway, in the next few slides. Learning outcomes, friends, I've already told you about, I've given you a brief about the various aspect of knowledge base that's going to, knowledge skill sets that are going to come to you. Career ready, I've given you in terms of, all the financial industry, the BFSI spaces is actually, you have CFPs who are in much demand. And of course, financial planning, these days, a lot of financial planning, specific focused financial planning firms that are coming up in India. So that also, unconventional careers, blogging, journalism, it's all open. I think people are there to know about your thoughts if you really have those good thoughts about personal finance. Now let's talk about International College of Financial Planning. Friends, ICFP is the largest education provider of CFP program in India, and the pioneer of it, because the journey of CFP in India started at the ICFP office. It was people from ICFP from Bajaj Capital, and we are part of Bajaj Capital, friend, which is, I'm sure each one of you is aware, is a almost six decades old financial services company, which is highly acclaimed in India. So we've been the oldest. ICFP has been the largest about it, and the thing is, our faculty is about the most experienced in terms of training, because being the foremost, we do have those experienced hands at our disposal. See, we have former FASP India director, Madam Madhu Sinha, is our program head. So you can think about the kind of information or kind of knowledge that she brings together, and she's going to share all that with everyone who's going to be here with us. Highest number of CFP participants, friends. I have myself been an ICFP, CFP candidate and cleared it last year. So highest number of CFP certificates, most of them are going to be ICFP alumni, and I'll share a couple of details with you. Consistent track record over the last 2 decades. Since industry stalwarts from ICFP, Anil Chopra ji, the Bajaj Capital Group Director Corporate Affairs, he's an alumni. Colonel Sanjeev Govila, who's running this RIA firm based out of Delhi, which is known as 𝐻𝐻. He's our alumni. Suresh Sadagopalan, you can check their names. They are on YouTube. They are on any news channel. They are there. So Suresh Sadagopalan ji, founder of Ladder 7 Financial Advisories, Lavay Navlaki, Managing Director, International Money Management. Then we have, the story doesn't end here. We have many more faces, very well-known faces in the industry. We have Gaurav Mashruwala, Dilshad Bilimoria, we have Puneet Oberoi, Bhuvna Sriram, Shilpi Jori, Kalpesh Asher, and Anant Lada. I'm sure each one of you has really heard about Anant Lada. He was in fact here at one of the, when we were celebrating the World Financial Planning Day last week. So he was here as a guest speaker with us, because he does recognize that he did it from here, and he was very happy with the way ICFP is working. Now, friends, coming to the study options that you have. See, right now, at the moment, we do not have classroom sessions. What we have is virtual classes. So virtual means the faculty is going to come to you. So I'm talking about virtual right now, where the faculty will be there. And you will, all of you will be connected via Zoom, which is also, these sessions are recorded, so you can always review it later on. And you are totally open to discuss it. It's going to be a discussing Q&A kind of interactive sessions where things do continue. The faculties do give you time. So that's very, I think there's immense knowledge which comes from this aspect of things. The other aspect, friends, is e-learning sessions. See, people who are very busy, at times it happens, we cannot take out time. 2 hours at times is very difficult for us to take out, depending on our wherever we are or what is the case. So then e-learning is the other option, whereby the same faculties have will provide you the recorded session. So you have access to it 24/7 on our LMS. Go through it, do it as per your convenience and as per your flexibility. So learning, knowledge gaining flexibility is what ICFP is providing. The FPSP board has provided you flexibility in terms of exams happening every month. So totally, completely flexible. It's a professional, well thought out course. When it comes to our study material, friends. I can vouch on this. This is one of the most comprehensive materials that is provided in the industry today. Each and every book that has been written in ICFP has been written here in India. I think in fact, the ICFP faculties were the first ones to write these books when FPSB came in India to actually sensitize in terms of that these books should look in the awareness and knowledge should be Indian with Indian concepts. We provide you conceptual workbooks. We provide you, there are so many guest lectures that keep on happening so that your knowledge is updated. We have review videos. As I already said, you can always go back to them. Online mock tests. Yes, so the mock tests have to be given so that you are aware what kind of questions your knowledge is now will help you to bridge that gap between the knowledge and the kind of experience you will have in the exam. Assignments are given. You have to fulfill it. Doubt clearing sessions happen compulsorily every time before the exams. Even in fact, nowadays we're doing it a week before so that you have sufficient time to practice and again come back if something is required. Friends, FPSB board fee that I'll be talking about now. Friends, this is when anybody, I'm talking about regular pathway right now. Okay, so when anybody wants to register with FPSB, see, this registration is valid for 1 year and this registration costs 18,000 rupees. Next, the thing is, there is something which is mandated by the FPSB board, whereby they say that books, their ebooks have to be purchased. And this can be, the idea is you can always do it piecemeal basis as you clear one level. So this, it is 6,500 rupees for level 1 to 3, and for final level it is 13,000. So total it comes around 32,500. Then friends comes, as I said, we've done the preparation, exams have to be given. So all the 4 levels we have exams in the regular pathway. So the exam cost is 6,750 for level 1 to 3, and final level is 13,000 rupees. So in total it comes to 33,000. Of course, that doesn't have to be paid upfront. It can be paid as you progress in this journey. The financial plan assessment, I said that case study has to be submitted to the board. For this, they charge you 10,500. So total, friends, is something around 90,000 is what the board is charging in case of regular pathway. Coming to now, as I said, there's another fast speed way in which CFP can be done. But this is only available for people who match the requisite education and experience, friends. This is known as the challenge pathway. So what is required in terms of education? Somebody has to be a professional. Yes, a professional is required who's a CA. Even if he's a CA, inter with articleship, that also works. We have people who are CFAs, right? CPAs, masters in finance, and also PG in economics. So, and maybe and a specific masters in financial planning. So all that is something which the board accepts. Plus, there's an experience requirement. Again, 3 years of prior work experience in the BFSI space is required in this case. If you fill this condition and you fulfill this condition, in fact, you can certainly go for the challenge pathway. So you just have to go for one exam. So which is the final level, but in the final level, we have to submit the case study and give the final exam. That's it. So this journey can, you can complete in less than 6 months itself. So, but for this, people who are professionals can really resort to it. I did not had it when I joined CFP. That time this window was not open, so I had to go to the regular pathway. But this is a great thing for someone who wants to add designation, and he's himself a professional. He just wants to add more certifications and upgrade himself in personal finance. What is the fee that we charge at ICFP, friends? When it comes to virtual class, when I said the Zoom sessions with the faculties, right, that is virtual. So there, friends, the sum total fees is for 4 levels is 60,000 rupees. But if you pay lump sum, which is really great as a finance student, I should always look at things where I get some benefit, right? So there the fee will get reduced to 44,900. E-learning, I said, pre-recorded sessions are provided. The gross fee is 44K. And the lump sum that you can, where you can save money comes to 34,900. So around 15-18% kind of a saving that you can make of it. The books and all remain the same. So there's no problem there. When it comes to challenge pathway, friends, because it's only one level, we are taking a combined fees of 25,000 rupees, but you will certainly be getting, the refresher books you'll get one comprehensive refresher book for all the three levels so that the preparation is well to do. So there's no, there's no gap. There will be no gap as far as our ICFPs and our design of the process is concerned. Festive offer for today, friends. We are starting with the festive season. So what offer we can bring in today? So here it is, a flat 15% discount on course fee across virtual learning, e-learning, and challenge pathway. So any learning pathway you come today, but it's only for today, 15% discount. The other element is, friends, you can save 16,250 rupees also. This offer is also available for today on the FPSB content fee. So if you remember, I showed you an FPSB content fee of 32,500. This becomes straight away 50% because we will be providing you with coupons. Then, friends, you also get NISM 5A, which is the mutual fund distributor exam, e-learning video for that, which is exclusive 15 hours video, and a stock market learning app. Why only resort to financial planning? Why not also personally look at the stock market and can I really make money out of it? So again, an access to a stock market learning app, which is again costing 5,000 rupees. In total, friends, today you can make a saving based on all the things I've told you. The offer is valid for today. You can save up to 33,000 rupees. I think it's a good opportunity for people who want to get into this space. It's very, very dynamic these days. You would read about it. It's personal finances is the in thing these days, and finance industry itself is in India. What I would even suggest to you is that you can, someone who doesn't want to go for paying lump sum due to any reasons, he can certainly take a student loan, which is, we have a partnership with an NBFC which provides 0% interest loans, and you have to pay 6 EMIs for that. But for that and for everything, you have to book it today. You have to book a seat today for our next batches for 5,000 rupees. So don't hold back. Just pay 5,000 and get yourself enrolled. The number is in front of you. Thank you so much for being with me today. And I really love the inputs which were coming across. Thank you so much. Thanks, Kanaya.
Thank you so much, Rishi sir. A couple of questions I'm answering in the chat box. So friends, if you have any question, you can raise your hand. I will unmute you one by one. There's a question. Champiji is asking. Actually, Champiji is answering. CWM has broader coverage as compared with CFP. So I don't think so.
Should I be answering?
Sure, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for the question. When I was actually also thinking of going for this course, I also thought about, I really compared CFP with CWM. First thing is, CWM course is more focused on wealth management. And when I talk about wealth management, see, they provide much more in-depth knowledge on when it comes to PMS, AIF, and all of things, right? My idea was, why not first understand the ground realities of things? Why not start, if I have to, let's say tomorrow, start a practice, why not, bring in everyone, and then over the journey, I can always learn about these aspects if it's required. Otherwise, I think so that was what was my idea. And that is, let's not only be, because if I come tomorrow to any one of my client and say, I'm a wealth manager, if he doesn't have the ticket size, he'll say, no, maybe you are not the right guy for me. So it's somewhere, it gets restricted. And personally speaking, I think let's be more broader when we look at things. Of course, we can add, all depends on what kind of career you're looking at. We can always add these specializations. Someone who's a CFP, he also wants to do CFA. Feel free to do it. You are then the best guy in the world when it comes to finance, both personal as well as corporate. So that's my reply to you.
Deepakji, please go ahead. You can ask your question.
Hi, sir. Thanks for giving opportunity to ask question. It was a good insight about a CFP course. So I'm interested to take this course. I have a few queries.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So basically, I'm working in a software company, which gives, kind of financial solution for banks for loan syndication domain. So I have over 15 years of experience in software testing and business analyst and technical analyst. So currently I'm working in one of the international bank as a business system consultant, right? So it is mainly in the loan syndication domain. So I just wanted to know, is my experience qualifies for, challenge pathway?
Rishi sir, you are on mute.
Okay. Thank you, Deepak ji, for your question. I just want to know, have you done a management? Do you have a management degree?
Yeah, I have MBA in finance. Yeah.
Okay. So I would say that the education requirement, I think, is sorted out. That's not a problem with us. What I would request is, why don't you just share your recent CV with one of our counselors here, and I think they'll take your
Yeah.
case. And
I did that yesterday late evening.
Okay.
Maybe they are not
Okay.
looked at. I'm waiting for the response. And also I shared
Fine.
my
Sure.
degree certificate also.
Sure. Deepak ji,
So-
I think today, I'm not sure if the FPSB team are working today, but I think maybe let's see if they do it today, or maybe by Monday, sure, they're going to come back to you.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll have a look at it. We might also at times, we just take a soft approval from FPSB just to be double
Okay.
sure of it.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
And also, I wanted to ask one more question.
Yes,
But portfolio management doesn't come under this purview, right? It will be CFA. Is that understanding right?
Portfolio management, you're talking about in terms of generating returns or managing the portfolio?
Managing the portfolio, kind of shares or any equity, the derivatives, that kind of portion.
See, understanding of that will be provided for sure.
Mhm.
But if you want to become a fund manager, then I think you need a couple of years of experience as an equity research analyst.
Okay. Maybe I need to
Yeah.
change my domain and work in the respective
I
core
think
domain.
if you want to come, because I think you've given me an idea of your background. I think and if you're really interested, I think it's time that you should shift. I also at some time of my life, I was also a business analyst initially when I joined one of the firms. So, but then I shifted myself to finance. I was like, this is what I see is more passionate for me. So fair enough. But I have also been a research analyst, so I know fund managers and how does the journey work out. So you will get good understanding. But of course, you want to do that, then I think you need some experience also with that.
Okay. And how about that SEBI IA course is there, right? Investment advisor. Can this be replicatable directly and the industry will accept this as an official advisory?
You're talking about the NISM 10 and 10B.
Yeah.
I've seen both the curriculum, sir.
No, curriculum wise, this is good. I understand.
Yes.
But I just wanted to know from the regulatory perspective whether this is also accepted as a official
CFP
degree.
certificate. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Or an RIA license. In fact, if you've seen the presentation that I was showing, right? Many of the alumni have their own RIA practices. 𝐷𝐻�M, Ladder 7, they all are RIA practitioners with big teams now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I
they
do
all are CFPs.
CFP, then no need to do IA. Is that understanding correct?
Yes, sir. You will have to apply to SEBI after you clear the CFP with the certificate.
Okay. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much.
Anjuji, you can ask your question. Please go ahead.
सर मुझे बेसिकली पूछना था, मैं 8 ईयर से आईसीआईसीआई प्रूडेंशियल लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के साथ था और मैं अब अपना काम स्टार्ट करना चाह रहा हूँ, तो मुझे चैलेंजर के पाथवे से जाना चाहिए या नॉर्मल कोर्स करना चाहिए? तो मुझे जस्ट स्ट्रेट आउट था.
Is there experience? What kind of experience do you have in? Do you have an experience in?
8 year experience in ICICI Prudential Life Insurance.
Okay, insurance way. Okay.
Graduate or what?
Are you?
I have done Bachelor of Finance Investment Analyst from 𝐔𝐬𝐬𝐿 College. DU
You got a
college.
bachelor in finance, yeah. So the
Right.
bachelor bachelor, if you're a bachelor, you're not a master's, na, so then challenge pathway will not be available, na, because that is
Okay.
only for people who are either professional CA, CFAs or masters in finance. I think I was just talking to the other gentleman. Na? So what I would suggest, sir, to you is, why don't you, and in fact, if you are from only one domain, it is going to be really great if you, get awareness and knowledge about all the modules of the journey. Myself being from finance, I still went for the entire, because I wanted complete. Why just let's get the, because it's like it was more than 10 years. My knowledge was not refreshed, so I thought let's just get it again. So I would advise, please go for the regular pathway, and I think you will get really good information and knowledge. Upskilling in terms of maybe getting the right thing to start your own.
Okay, thank you.
business.
Thank you, sir.
Usha ji, please go ahead.
Hello, sir. I'm a chartered accountant. I have 15 years of experience, but I recently quit just to take a break from work, taking care of my toddler. So I thought to do this course because I thought it is enriching personally. So do you think it's a good addition and okay to go with a challenge pathway? Because it's been a while since I kind of read, since I have been working with the bank for past 15 years. So is challenge path okay to do? That's my first question. And then,
Okay.
Second thing is like, is it fine to kind of, I think that's the question that I had. Yeah. Like regular or the challenge pathway.
Usha ji, the first thing is, yes, you are, when you can certainly apply for the challenge pathway because you have the requisite education and experience with you. The only thing I would say is, if you feel that you can do much better with a refresher, then I would suggest is you can go for the regular pathway. I personally went for regular because I wanted to really refresh things. It's, India is a very dynamic market. Things do really, lot of products, lot of the way the markets function, the way the regulators work, it's all updated since the time I did my MBA. So if you have, it also depends, ma'am, how much time do you have? If you have sufficient time available with you, you can take out good time, because you can go for the regular pathway, which is either the weekday or the weekend batches. You can go for weekday if you have time. You can go for weekend, depending on. So it's all flexible models are available. But both of them, when it comes to challenge and when it comes to regular, that's your decision. I can only guide you. That if you think that you want to really, get back in terms of complete knowledge, then go for regular. Or else you can think that, I can really quickly do it. Then I think a challenge would be good. But you are eligible for both, ma'am.
Okay. And sorry, one more question to add is like doing a practice after after the study is how difficult is it, or are we required to go in as a employee to the finance industry, or does it work to practice separately also?
Ma'am, both options are available. You can get a job as well. I know many people who are actually getting into firms, BFSI, financial planning firms. I mentioned about Hum4G and this one Ladder 7. They are totally into financial planning. There are many more firms which are. FinEdge is another firm. I think the FinEdge now has a team of 100 people. So many of them are CFPs who are actually only into financial planning. But the BFS space also provides you a lot of opportunities in terms of wealth management, private banking, because any bank would really like to put, a CFP, a qualified, very well qualified person in front of a very high ticket client, because clients, HNIs would typically look at your credentials. What do you bring in? You are a CA, CFP. You are a very decent person to be brought in front and, to be put in meetings to close deals. So that is also available. Plus, the other element is many people after completing, they want to start their own ventures. People really want to be very dynamic these days. But I would say, sir, ma'am, if you think the first year is going to be real challenging there, because, it takes time to make clients. If you are not into making clients, so what time lagta hai for any, whenever you start a practice, you have to give some time for it to really making your mark. But what I normally advise to all my friends and all the candidates, juniors as well, is that, as you continue with the journey, why do you wait? Once you've completed level 1, now you're investment specialist from FPSB, right? So that's certified. You get a certificate. Start adding it. Start talking to people that yes, I am getting into this business, or maybe I'm getting into this kind of advisory. So you will also get 1 year to actually time to communicate with people. Start talking to people. You can really make a very big difference. But let's begin communicating. Let's begin our contacting. At times what happens is, if you're in a job, we are not very much in connect with a lot of things. So wo thoda kare. And you're most welcome to join both the things. The decision, ma'am, is yours.
Yeah, thank you.
You, Bispace Patil ji, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Thanks for this brief session. Actually, I'm pursuing CWM. So I just wanted to know the basic difference here between CWM and CFP.
So, sir, as I think I've already mentioned, but I'll again repeat it. The idea is CWM is more of wealth management focused in terms of the ticket size, which typically a CWM would typically, or maybe the program is designed in this way that he will only handle clients who are a little higher ticket size. When it comes
Rishi
to
sir, if you can come again, because we have lost your voice in between.
Acha, okay. Am I audible?
Yes, you
now?
are now.
Okay. Sorry. The point is, what I was saying. One second. Sorry. What I was saying is, yes, when it comes to CFP versus CWM, yes. So I was saying that the CWM program is more of wealth management focused. There, typically, what I know, and what I know a couple of people who are there who are actually practicing. The idea is there is more in depth. They are more in depth when it comes to the PMS, AIFs, and how do you really help the client to manage the money. When it comes to CFP, my friend, the curriculum is designed this way that our focus is more on a lower ticket size, because we want to take everyone there. Financial planning is for everyone. That's our mission. And the idea is also that building of corpus, more focused towards building the corpus. How do you define different strategies to build the corpus? So different in terms of the approach. There it's more managing the money. Here it is, how do you really get to that kind of a money? So maybe a CFP might be someone who is helping them meet the goals, and if they have many other wants, so they are looking for maybe a higher ticket size person, he can always, a CFWM can help him. Kanaya, let's take the next question.
Nisita, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I'm from Mysore. I'm from Karnataka. I'm a postgraduate in journalism and mass communication. I studied business media as part of my curriculum, and that's when I started getting interest in financial and economy and those macroeconomic aspects. So I've also started my own personal financial journey since 2017. So I realized that a lot of women need guidance and help in this regard. So that's the reason I took interest in this course. So I already understand that I should go for the regular program. My only concern is about the classes. I was not really sure of the duration of the course and how the classes are going to be conducted. I mean, the frequency, if it's like weekly and things like that. Can you please help me with that?
Yeah, I'll thank you for asking this question. I will certainly request Krishan to add the timelines in this. But before that, ma'am, personally speaking, also financial literacy and awareness to women. And in fact, we had a session last week itself of empowering women in terms of why is it that only men take calls in terms of finance? Why not women get into that? See, these days, many of them, all of you are earning so well. So why not really make a corpus for yourself? Why keep the decision making to either the husband or the son? Right. So that's again, something that is very common between all of us, ICFP and what you are trying to do. You very, very warm welcome to you to join us. Krishan, can you just share details, or Kanhaiya can, on the timings that we have?
Ma'am, we'll be starting the new batch. It's a weekend classes batch, Saturday evening, probably 7 to 9, and Sunday morning, 9 to 11. It's on the Zoom platform. And the weekend classes batch for the complete revision roundabout for level 1, 2, and 3, 8.5 months or 9 months. And once you clear your all level 1, 2, 3, then we will give you the level 4 final level classes, ma'am.
I hope you have got your answer. Sarita ji, please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
I have a small question here. I am an MBA graduate with HR as specialization. So my first question is that maybe since in HR we don't have finance much in-depth curriculum, so I should go for the regular class, right? So that was the first question. That was my first doubt. And second is, are there any attempt limitations for the exams?
Can you please repeat your question, ma'am?
Are there any attempt, the exam attempt limitations?
No.
Okay.
From the board, there is no exam attempt, no limitations. If you have not cleared in level 1 in the first attempt, you can rebook the exam next month again for giving.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am.
Shubham ji, you can ask your question.
Yeah, hi. Hello, everyone. So I'm already an investment planner specialist. I have completed level 1. I have a query that whether you will be available through WhatsApp or anything if at all I join your ICOFP, and will there be a guidance every time I have a doubt or through WhatsApp or anything like that? And the other thing is, will the weekdays sessions, what is the timing for the weekday sessions? That's it. Thank you.
Rishi sir, if you can answer this question. Sir, you are on mute.
Yeah. Sure. Hi, Shubham. Thank you for the query. For your question, one is the hand holding that we provide, and second is the timings. Okay. So, Shubham, you will be part of a WhatsApp group. That's first. Second is you will be getting access to a team of coordinators from the academic side of ICFP that is there team. So basically, you have communication through coordinators, plus all the faculties who come in the sessions do share their information in terms of the email, the contact details. You can WhatsApp them, you can call them, you can also go via either directly or via the coordinators. So all that is very flexible. See, the idea is our mission here, Shubham, is very, very clear. In fact, we all need to see as many of candidates are on this side of my side, which is the CFPs, right? So whatever is required there is something, and you come, Shubham, I'm telling you one very clear thing. You come one step ahead, I'll come 4 steps. It's that way. let's see where do we go. So it's about that, so it's all fairly serious business that we are into. The second thing is on the timing. See, we all understand that most of the people here, if they're joining also in the weekday batches, they all are working professionals or have time in the evenings. The sessions are going to be either it's going to be in the evening only, 7 or maybe 7:30 to 9:30. I was recently taking a batch which was 7:30 to 9:30, but it could also be 7 to 9. The idea is to see most of the people can manage their time. Of course, it can take a couple of days to get sorted out, settled out. But then, people do have the flexibility. They talk to about their bosses that yes, we have to leave because we are pursuing this, and the companies do understand it's in their interest. Somebody is doing CFP, you are a BFSI, they really want you to complete it as soon as possible. Thank you.
Sorry, there's one more question. I just want to know whether there's a hand holding, or because I'm already I have made an attempt in the second level, and the thing is, I just want a hand holding. To be honest with you, I'm not that sure that this or that, and I'm very convenient in the timing also. I have my own business running for the past 4-5 years. So I just want to know whether there will be a proper hand holding for me for any doubts or this thing. If this is done, I think I'll join by next month or in sometime near. So I just want to know that.
So I just want a little clarity on what kind of handholding you're talking about. First thing, handholding is when you attend the sessions. So one thing is we would request you to be very, very 100% attendance in the session, because if you're there and you have a query, then that is sorted out. If not that time, it is done within the next few hours. That's the kind of a tact that we go with. Second point, my friend, is we have doubt sessions. You want to have a one-on-one session with any of the faculties, why not? A Zoom session can be arranged for you. Your queries will be sorted out. And if you're saying level 2, we do have very, very good faculties for level 2. Chartered accountants, they can always, from the tax side I'm talking about, they can always sort things out. Now, I don't see there is any hindrance in this matter. Of course, you have to decide on your timings and when you want to join. So just decide on that and let us know, and we'll be there to help you.
On top of that, I would also like to add that for every student who is appearing for exam for any particular month, we create a dedicated WhatsApp group in which we provide a personalized training, personalized mentorship to every student who are appearing for any particular month of exam. So that's a value added that I believe any institution is doing. Milind Madhavji, you can unmute yourself. Yes, please go ahead. Please ask your question. You are not audible. Anyway, PS, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead. May I know your good name, ma'am?
My name is Preetal Surana. I'm from Pune.
Okay.
My question is basically since 2 decades I am dealing in mutual fund and insurance both.
Okay.
Okay, I have done my MCOM, I have done my MBA. How this course will help me? First question is that.
Okay, please go ahead.
And the second question is which level I should go?
Rishi sir.
So thank you, ma'am, for asking this question. Pune is a lovely city. I've visited many times, and so thank you for this question. Since you are in this business for the last 2 decades,
right,
and your focus has always been on the mutual funds and insurance, right?
Right.
first thing that is going to change when you are actually becoming a practicing CFP is going to be that you will be from product oriented. Your thought process is going to change towards goals. That's
Okay.
one thing.
Okay.
Because the language these days, the clients really don't want to talk about products. They say, try to give us strategies, try to give us what can you do for us, add value to, right? And the other element, ma'am, is the verticals that you can add with you. Why not start a dedicated practice of retirement planning? Why not start a dedicated practice of estate planning? Because the idea is if a client comes to me, I will not let him go to anybody else now. I will have his entire thing sorted out, planned out at my end.
Okay.
So, इस चीज के लिए मैम, so as I said, the language, the thought process there is a change that comes in. We have many mutual fund distributors based out of different parts of the country who are actually upskilling themselves and doing it. They understand that it's time that we get more verticals. म्यूचुअल फंड इंडस्ट्री की अगर आपकी जो कमीशंस लेस हो रही है तो कुछ तो करना होगा ना, उसको अपस्किल तो करना होगा to justify things, right?
Right.
So that is what is what you're going to get in CFP. One is, as I said, goal-based financial planning. The entire thought process changes. Ticket size can increase because you are coming with a certification. Third is because it adds then you have experience as well as the skill set there.
Okay.
The third element is different verticals that can be added as a practice. So one-stop shop for everything. So from being a mutual fund distributor and being an insurance, I am now an advisor, an holistic advisor, which will look after all the aspects of what a person really wants in life.
But how this course is different from RIA and this CFP? How I can compare both? If I really wish to go with RIA, अगर सोचती हूँ मैं या ये, I need to choose among these two. What would you would suggest?
RIA तो मैम आप अप्लाई करोगे ना CFP के बाद to become a registered investment advisor with SEBI. That is what you're asking.
Right. But no, they are having their own examination as well.
Ma'am, if I have to compare CFP with NIS tenant MD, there's no comparison. Ma'am, it's a US based course.
Okay.
The Americans know finance. They are the ones who are the biggest bosses of finance the world over. So the credibility, ma'am, if you just compare any of आप देखिए, आप investment research या फिर research analyst का एक होता है SEBI का, and you compare with the CFA, can you really compare that both the things? Not really. They're not at all comparable at all.
Okay.
Right. So depth and kind of the strategies, the things is all very different. You will learn about the financial planning process. There is no process when it comes to financial planning, which was ever there in India. We are not a financially aware society. So we have to learn, inculcate these things through all these professional certifications, and then do business work or whatever the case is.
Rishi sir, we have paucity of time. We can take one or two questions and then we have to wind up because another session is scheduled on the same panel.
Okay, just sorry to interrupt you, sir, but just to coming back to my third question, which I asked initially, like which level I should go with.
See, again, that point, you can challenge because you have the education experience. But if you think that, it's been, I should probably go for the refresher, then you can do. But I think आपके case में challenge चल जाएगा because you are in the system now. You are doing it day in, day out, right?
Right.
So that could really work out for you. You can go for the challenge, as per my understanding is concerned.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Rishi sir, if you can take some questions from the chat also, because a couple of questions I can see which are unanswered.
Can you just tell me which ones, please? Share recording. We'll share. Okay, that's okay. Could you please Excel on case study? Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, so by the time Gauravji, you can also ask your question. Just the last question that I'm taking.
Sir, yeah, thank you. My question is related to this capstone project, which is like coming into the CFP pathway. So into this capstone project, usually we don't understand the mythology of the FPSP board, where like some of the stories I heard that their capstone project has been rejected. So in this
Rejected.
area,
Acha,
rejected, matlab
capstone.
they didn't
Okay.
approve. They didn't approve.
FPSP did not approve it. Okay, okay. So please
Yes,
continue the question.
So
Yes.
in this case, so there is always a fear after clearing all these three modules which shown into it into the slide. So how can we make ourselves more confident the capstone project, which has 1 month's time, that can be surely get accepted over there?
So uska, see, I personally, when I submitted my case study in 22 May, September May when I submitted, sir. So I too got it in the first attempt itself. So it's one is the way you've started in it. What they really want to look for, sir, is try to understand. Unko chahiye, they want one is they want depth in your understanding. They're trying to look that ki how much can you think about it, and the second aspect is how much accuracy, how much something different thing that you can bring out USP. So what we used to do it is not to talk with any of my batchmates. Because then the idea is shared. Why to share the idea? You have a different way of thinking, do it. But the idea is, sir, it has to be in depth. It has to be well prepared. They want comprehensive advisory. They don't want, okay, fine, you've done retirement, you've done, then there's a connection between them. I'll tell you a classic thing that people make a mistake at, and where it takes time. It took me 4 days to actually come to a solution with that is, you will always have opportunity costs everywhere, right? And then the idea is which goal, in any case, I think you go to anyone, you will always have a person has paucity of funds. Ki chalo aur thoda hota. I would have gone for something more, right? They will give you the case study, will give you this thing where you have to put a decision saying, okay, fine, I'm doing these are the top first goals, then slightly on the second, and these are the ones that I'm going for third. So this rationalization is a very big thing that they're looking for. In terms of an advisor, what are you suggesting? Which ones are you putting the top priority goals? Which are the second one? Because funds are limited. Usko manage karna hai. Every realistic client also will always come. They'll say, I want to buy a Merc, I want to do this. So this is not possible. Let's do it piece by piece basis, and let's try to make them, let's get the best effort out of it. So sir, ye jo inputs hai na, ye aapko pata hone chahiye. Only then, and if you start thinking from this angle, this view, from day one when you are in the course, you get the connects and you can do it. It's not rocket science, sir. हो जाता है. First attempt में होता है. किसने बोला कि हर का या मुश्किल होता है first second attempt में करना होता है.
Okay. Yeah, fine. So, but
the point, sir, the point is, see, but I'll also tell the point. If it is cleared, then it means you are this case also goes to US for approval, because they do a lot of psychometric assessments also in terms of what is the thought process. I don't know. They told me, I think it's a very elaborate process that we do, and we really come back to a solution that this guy has in it to be given. So some aspect of your aspect, they already know by the time you are cleared with the case study submission. Ki pata hai ki haan, he has the things with him.
Okay, and the practice for these kind of capstone projects are aligned into the study materials or like into the mock sessions where like we are going to.
When you enter, I'll tell you, when you get into level 4, you will have specific sessions. So I was mentioning about Madam Madhu Sinha, who was a former FPSP director. She's the one who takes care of the financial plan case study. So she'll give you sessions. She will give you her guidance. She will give you all the points that are most important to be kept, without which the plan cannot be submitted. And then you can send your case to her as you are in the process of making it. She will tell you what things to be corrected during the journey, so that you don't have to make some major changes. She gets very well connected. You can send your emails, do a Zoom discussion, talk to her one-on-one. That's all in the system, sir.
And Ma'am Madhu Sinha is like a former FBSB content writer.
India director, sir, not content writer.
Okay. India director. Right. Fine. Thank you.
She's our dean. She's the dean of ICFP.
Okay, dean of FPSB. Right.
ICFP, our college, International College of Financial Planning. Yes.
Okay. And sir, one last question. Question is related to the study material. If I go by and purchase like one study material from your side, is it possible for me to take this under any other package?
Sorry, I did not get your question.
Study material. If I want to purchase study material separately along with the offline and the online classes, you shown two things, na? online classes and offline classes.
No,
apart
study
from, yeah.
the entire, if you go for the package that we showed, that is inclusive of the study material, sir.
Okay, separately I cannot take.
I mean, you will be given now when you join.
Okay. Fine. Done. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishi sir. Thank you, everyone. So friends, I can see that a couple of questions which we could not be able to answer due to the paucity of time, and we are really sorry for that. But if you have any question, you can call on this number. If you need, you can also ask the program advisor to connect you with Rishi sir. Then you can ask your question there also, or anything, any question, any answer. If you have left to ask, you can call on this number 9711437779. My team is there. They can help you, guide you in terms of anything related to CFP. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rishi sir. Thank you, everyone. Signing off.
Thanks. Thank you. Bye. Take care.